Welcome to the video I've entitled A Much Too Quick Overview of Critical Theory and the Frankfurt School, structured around the issues of ideology, alienation, culture, and power, and on critical theorists Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Herbert Marcuse, Erich Fromm, and Jürgen Habermas. This video was written and produced and is presented by me, Andrew Chapman. Critical theory is a school of thought within social and political philosophy that emerged in the 20th century. It is associated with the Frankfurt School, a group of interdisciplinary scholars who sought to understand and critique the social, economic, and political conditions of their time. The Frankfurt School was based at the Institute for Social Research in Frankfurt, Germany, and included prominent thinkers such as Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Herbert Marcuse, and Jürgen Habermas. One of the key ideas of critical theory is the concept of ideology. The Frankfurt School theorists argued that dominant social and economic systems create ideologies that legitimize and naturalize existing power relations. These ideologies operate by creating false consciousness among the oppressed, who are made to believe that their own oppression is natural and inevitable. Another key idea of critical theory is the concept of alienation. The Frankfurt School theorists argued that under capitalism, individuals are alienated from the products of their labor, from each other, and from themselves. This alienation is the result of the fragmentation of work and the commodification of all aspects of life. Critical theory also emphasizes the importance of language and culture. The Frankfurt School theorists argued that dominant cultural forms, such as literature, music, and film, can reinforce existing power relations and ideologies. They also argued that language is not a neutral tool for communication, but rather a site of power struggles in which certain voices are privileged and others are silenced. Further, critical theory highlights the role of power in social relations. Theorists argued that power is not just about overt domination, but also operates at the level of everyday life through subtle forms of control and manipulation. The Frankfurt School theorists also believed that social change is possible, but that it requires a critical awareness of the existing power relations and a willingness to challenge them. While many past and present thinkers in the humanities, social sciences, and arts work within or have been strongly influenced by critical theory, here we'll discuss 5 of the most influential and important critical theorists: Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Herbert Marcuse, Erich Fromm, and Jürgen Habermas. Max Horkheimer was the director of the Institute for Social Research, where the Frankfurt School was based, and was known for his work on the concept of ideology, as well as his emphasis on interdisciplinary research. Horkheimer was not only a key figure in the development of critical theory, but also a significant influence on the Institute for Social Research's interdisciplinary approach. He believed that it was essential to break down the traditional boundaries between disciplines and to draw on insights from different fields to gain a more comprehensive understanding of social and political issues. Theodor Adorno was known for his work on culture and aesthetics, particularly his critique of the culture industry. Adorno argued that popular culture is standardized and formulaic, and that it reinforces existing power relations by creating false needs and desires. In addition to his critique of the culture industry, Adorno was known for his work on the concept of negative dialectics. Adorno argued that traditional dialectical thinking, which seeks to reconcile contradictions and arrive at a synthesis, fails to recognize the irreconcilable nature of contradictions in modern society. Instead, Adorno advocated for a form of dialectics that recognizes and preserves the negative, non-identical elements of reality. Herbert Marcuse is known for his work on the concept of one-dimensional society, in which all aspects of life are subsumed under the logic of capitalism. Marcuse argued that this one-dimensionality leads to a loss of critical consciousness and the inability to imagine alternatives to existing power relations. Marcuse's conception of one-dimensional society was influential in its analysis of the ways in which capitalist ideology shapes and constrains our thinking and imagination. In his view, the pervasive influence of capitalism in all aspects of life results in a kind of false consciousness that limits our ability to envision and pursue genuine alternatives. Erich Fromm was a psychoanalyst and social theorist who was associated with the Frankfurt School. He was known for his work on the relationship between individual freedom and social structures, as well as his critique of consumer culture. Fromm's work on the relationship between individual freedom and social structures emphasized the need to balance individual autonomy with social responsibility. He also emphasized the importance of love and connection in human flourishing and argued that consumer culture and the pursuit of material goods undermine our ability to form meaningful relationships with others. Jürgen Habermas is a more recent member of the Frankfurt School. He is known for his work on communicative action and the public sphere. Habermas argues that social and political problems can be addressed through rational dialogue and the creation of a public sphere in which citizens can engage in free and open discussion. Habermas's work on communicative action built on the Frankfurt School's emphasis on the importance of critical dialogue and engagement. Critical theory has had a significant influence on the development of cultural studies, particularly in the United Kingdom. Cultural studies scholars drew on the Frankfurt School's emphasis on culture and ideology, as well as their critique of the culture industry, to develop a more nuanced understanding of the relationship between culture, power, and social change. Critical theory has also been influential in feminist theory, particularly in the development of standpoint theory. Standpoint theorists argue that different social groups have different perspectives on the world based on their position in social hierarchies. This perspective was influenced by the Frankfurt School's emphasis on the role of power and ideology in shaping our understanding of the world. The legacy of the Frankfurt School and critical theory continues to be felt today, particularly in debates around neoliberalism, globalization, and the role of the state in regulating social and economic relations. Their work also continues to inspire critical and interdisciplinary scholarship, particularly in the fields of cultural studies, political theory, and sociology. However, the Frankfurt School and critical theory have also faced criticism. Some have argued that their work is too focused on elite culture and does not sufficiently engage with the experiences and struggles of marginalized groups. Others have criticized their emphasis on critique, arguing that it can lead to a nihilistic rejection of all existing social and political institutions without offering viable alternatives. Despite these criticisms, the Frankfurt School and critical theory remain a significant contribution to contemporary thought and continue to inspire critical scholarship and political activism. In conclusion, the Frankfurt School and critical theory have had a significant impact on contemporary social and political thought. Their ideas have been taken up by scholars in a range of fields, including philosophy, sociology, cultural studies, and political theory. While their work has faced criticism, particularly for its perceived elitism and lack of engagement with concrete political struggles, it remains an important contribution to contemporary thought. Thanks for watching this video, which I entitled A Much Too Quick Overview of Critical Theory and the Frankfurt School, structured around the issues of ideology, alienation, culture, and power, and on critical theorists Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Herbert Marcuse, Erich Fromm, and Jürgen Habermas. This video was written, produced, and presented by me, Andrew Chapman.